Hello everybody, this is Frederick John bringing you the weekly Monday video, tips, tricks, hints for aspiring web designers. So today we're going to look at some of the hidden gems that are in Google. Some of the things that they offer, the services, resources that they offer for free that you can take advantage of. Now Google is a very large company. They have a ton of different services, a ton of different products and things that they offer. So it can be difficult to find everything that pertains to you and what you're looking for. But I found this course for webmasters, and they offer a free, very simple course. It's 3 modules, and that's it. You could have this taken care of depending on your previous knowledge of the subject and how much you're going to read on the other resources that they provide. I mean, you could have this knocked out pretty quickly. We have here, taking a look, 1.1, determine if you want a website. So they're going to go through and tell you the benefits of having a web presence. There's different options that you have, and they go through and explain that to you. And then in section 1.2, they go through the setup of a new website. And it's very good for people that are new, that maybe aren't really familiar with how the web works and how websites work and where they come from and how does a website get displayed on the internet and how does that process work. And if you're not familiar with that, then this is an excellent resource. It shows you have to choose a domain, choose a registrar, hosting provider. It answers all of your questions, gives you everything that you need to be thinking about when you're choosing a web host. And then it goes through and offers some really good resources here. And I wasn't familiar with this one, the Google Sites. I know that Google offers domains and that you can register a domain with Google, but I didn't know about Google Sites. And what that takes you to is something that looks like your Gmail, or something that looks like if you've ever had Google Voice, which by the way is a phenomenal resource. If you need an extra number, like a business number or something like that, you can choose your own number. You can have your own voicemail and everything like that. You can have text messages transcripted from the people leaving you messages, and it's all free. You can dial out with that number so the person that's getting the call sees the number that's calling them and it's not your number. It's a phenomenal resource for businesses that are looking for an additional line. Has a bunch of different features and doesn't cost anything. Back to the Google Sites. I'd never seen this before, and it's set up just like the Google Voice. So it says you can create a website with Google very simply. It gives you different templates to use. You name your site, you choose a template. You can have a classroom, professional, project, wiki. I saw here an intranet site where you can have documents and photos and calendar and announcements and everything like that. Several different options here. How about an organization website? So let's select that and let's name our site. Demo example 123. I don't think that name's going to be taken. We can choose a theme. How about this? Charcoal theme. It gives you more options. Site description. Just a demo for a video. Go YouTube. I am not a robot. And then create. The location you've chosen is not available. I chose demo example 123, thinking that certainly that would be available, and apparently it is not. So we're going to have to choose a new example. So how about we do something like demo site 123 example. I didn't mean to use the dash there. Demo site 123 example. That has to be available. And we'll create a site. So it's creating our site, and it could take about 1 or 2 minutes to set up everything. But when it's done, we should have our template that we chose, a unique URL to navigate to, the theme that we chose. Okay, and here we go. This gives us our website here, a little starter template. We have some lorem ipsum text here. You can see they give us some icons like they showed in the template. Then example is going to need to be a little bigger. Aha. Well, oh no, connection lost. My mouse. It needs to be recharged. I think I preferred having the batteries because at least when you have a wireless mouse with batteries, it lasts forever. And when you need to change them, you just change them. I don't really care about the cost of, what, one AA battery a year. Now I gotta wait till this charges. So, okay, let me charge my mouse and I'll complete the video after the mouse is charged. Now, whether you're a novice developer or you've been developing websites for a long time, one thing that everybody needs to have is a thirst or a hunger for continuing education. It's very important that you have a desire to continue learning and to grow as a developer, designer, as a person. It's not something that you just go to college for 4 years and then you close your books, you're all done. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that. It's not something that you can go to a boot camp and acquire all these skills, and once you learn everything that you need to learn, you get the job, and once you have the job, then you can kick back and kick your feet up and everything's done. You just, you know, go to work every day and you don't have anything more to learn. It really doesn't work like that, especially in the tech industry. It's a very dynamic industry. It's rapidly changing. There's new technologies that are rolling out. There's a ton of innovation, and the goal is to be able to deploy applications, websites, whatever it is that you're building, as efficiently, as quickly as possible. Okay, so my mouse is charged. We're going over the Google Gems, these Google products or services that are offered but not really advertised so much. And if you're an aspiring web designer, web developer, finding them is like finding a hidden treasure chest. I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of vast resources, information, and tools that become available to you once you know where to look. So we're going over our weekly Monday video, which is now going to be posted on Tuesday. Sorry about that, but I'm going to finish it up now. So far, we left off, we have the demo site that Google allowed us to make. We picked out a template, we picked out a theme, everything. It just gives us a site. That's it. It's that simple. We have a map, we have all of these pages, about page, products and services page. We have a calendar, event calendar. They have a Google Calendar synced up with it. Everything and you could delete all the stuff out at the bottom here. They have a little footer here. You can edit pretty much everything. You could add pages. You could do whatever you want, really. And I think it took about 2 minutes yesterday for them to set the site up and everything. It's free. It doesn't cost us anything. All we did was go to Google Sites, set up some configuration, and now we have our nice site that we can edit however we want to. So that's the first thing, Google Sites. The second tool we're going to look at is the PageSpeed tools. It's very important to have a fast and optimized site. And one of the things that Google helps you to do with their Google Developers program is analyze the page speed of your site. But not only that, they're going to make recommendations and tell you how you can speed up your site. So I'll just type in the website that I recently made, where I wanted to post some videos and some blog posts, and there isn't really any traffic to it right now, so the rankings and having high numbers is not that important to me. Okay, you'll see here it's saying that I'm very bad at building optimized sites. So this is what happens sometimes. You build a site and it's not maybe optimized for speed so much, but it gives you the resources on how to fix it. You can see here for user experience, it's green, 99 out of 100, but for mobile, it's 50 out of 100. And it says, this is what you should fix. This is in red that you should fix. Reduce server time response, eliminate render blocking in JavaScript and CSS in above the fold content, and leverage browser caching. So it tells you what to fix, and it also shows you how to do that. I have apparently 2 scripts that are blocking the, let's see, it's causing a delay in rendering. If we look at the desktop, we'll see 62 out of 100, better, but still needs to be fixed. So this is something that I can check out. I can see, wow, my site could be performing a lot better, and then I can go and make these changes, and that way during development you can have everything fixed and you can have your site running a lot faster and performing a lot better. The next is Google Trends. Google Trends shows you how trending a certain topic is based on its relative popularity. So it'll give you out of the time it's been most popular. So if we look at Trolls right now is very, very popular. They're the toy at McDonald's. They're a movie that's out in theaters. They're different commercials, and they're on cereal boxes and everything. So over time, it's going to give us different options to set here. The default is past 5 years. You can see that it is trending the most right now. In, let's see, November, it's at 100. So its popularity being most trending right now, early November 2016. So compared to now, it's in the past 5 years never even been at all. I mean, it looks like there's a little blip on the radar here of 6 and a little blip over here of maybe 5. If you're going to be starting a business, or if you're going to be working with somebody, or you're collaborating on a project, researching and gathering demographic information is vitally important to the success of your company, of your business, your project. So you want to be able to gather that information. Google is going to allow you to leverage their resources to do your market research and to gather all your demographic information and things of that nature. So if you're starting a business and your business is going to be Pokemon, you could see in the past 5 years, Pokemon was most popular at this time, July 10th, July 16th, during that week. That's when the Pokemon was the most searched term. That's when it was trending the most. That's when people were most interested in it. Now, obviously that's the Pokemon Go phase with the iPhone app and the Android app. And then look what happened here. Okay, last month it's 14% as popular as in July. So if I came to you and I said, hey, I have a great idea for a business. You remember all those people that were talking about the Pokemon Go application and stuff like that? Let's make an app that kind of piggybacks off of Pokemon Go. Pokemon was certainly popular earlier this year, but just a quick Google search, and that's very important. You have to know how to do your Google searches, and this is one of the tools you'd want to use. Maybe typing it into Google and reading some articles from a couple months ago is not going to give you the best information. You want to know, is investing time and money in an app that's going to piggyback off of Pokemon Go, is that worth it right now? And you might type in Pokemon Go in a Google search, and you might read some articles about, I don't know, 3 out of 4 adults have Pokemon Go on their phone, and they admit to using it at least twice weekly. You might see something like that and think, wow, you're right. Freddie, this is a great idea. Let's make this app. You know, let's put our resources, our time, and our money into creating this Pokemon Go app. Well, one stop to Google Trends and one search will show you. Right now, this is not very interesting. It has certainly fallen. And if you look over the past couple months, it's been falling, kind of bottoming out right here. So is it a good idea to invest in this application, this idea that I have? No. Again, this is just one example that we're looking at here. So that's the Google Trends. You're definitely going to want to check out Google Trends. And of course, I left it on the default settings. We're worldwide past 5 years. Instead of the past 5 years, let's say past 90 days, something like that. And you could see little spurts here and there, but really declining. And the past 90 days doesn't give us a good idea of since the summertime. So if we could do maybe the past 12 months, we'll be able to see the spike a lot better. There we go. So you could see here very low interest, and then all of a sudden spikes right to 100 and then coming down here. Google Trends, absolutely something that you want to check out, and absolutely something that you want to bookmark and add to your arsenal of tools. Page Insights, Google Trends, and if you haven't, you want to check out the Webmaster course that they have, the very simple course, a couple of modules. So that's the thing that you want to do. You want to look at the additional resources. Understand your audience. Well, they recommend Google Trends. And so just like I was talking about, there's a powerful tool, Google Trends. Absolutely. You want to understand your audience. You want to do your demographic research. You know, you gather around some family and friends, and that could be helpful too, of course. But you want to use quality information. You want to have data-driven processes. You want to be able to make informed decisions using the facts. You have to do your due diligence. You have to gather all the information so you can make informed decisions. In this week's video, to sum up, an invaluable resource for aspiring web designers, web developers, are the tools offered by Google. And check out all of the tools, all of the services that they offer. Find which ones you like, which ones work really well for you. Maybe some you don't like, but at least you should know that they're there. And a couple that I wanted to point out, the Google Sites, PageSpeed, and Google Trends. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another video.